Hi everybody, welcome back. Told you I'd be back this afternoon, didn't I? So that we could investigate those baby ladybirds a little bit more. Got my stones here just to remind us so we know what adult ladybirds look like. Do we know what baby ladybird look like? Do they look a little bit like this but a bit smaller? I wonder what you thought they looked like. I went trying to find some ladybirds in my garden because last year when I was with Apple class in school we were really lucky and we found loads of ladybird eggs on the trees in the Apple class sort of garden outside area. And I thought, well, I know I've got the same kind of tree in my garden. It's called a silver birch tree. And I thought, I wonder if those ladybirds have laid eggs on my tree. Well, I looked. No eggs on my silver birch tree. So I went to look on my sycamore tree. Nope, no eggs on my sycamore tree. But I did find some baby ladybirds and what you call ladybird larvae. I did find some of those. Now before I show you a picture of that, I want to just show you a picture of the eggs because I've also been hunting in the woods really close to where I live and I still haven't found ladybird eggs. I don't know what's happened to them, but here is a photo to show you of what they should look like. Now they're a little bit different to the caterpillar eggs that we learned about because ladybird eggs, as you can see, are yellow. They're yellow, they're very oval shaped, and they stick up a little bit out of the tree or on the stem of a plant where the ladybird lays them. And they don't usually lay too many. They usually lay about 8 or 10 all together in a little group. And when they hatch out, this is what they look like. And it might surprise you. That does not look like a ladybird, does it? I actually think they look quite creepy, baby ladybirds. Adult ladybirds look quite cute, don't you think? But baby ladybirds, well, they don't look anything like they're grown-ups, do they? What do you notice about the baby? The shape's different, isn't it? It's long, it's not really red, it's more black. It really doesn't look like it's going to turn into that lovely, quite cute round insect that we love, but that's what they look like. Now, so I have got the real thing with me. Here it is in my special insect. This is a very, very, very special insect home because it's got these windows here that only we can see inside, but the creatures can't get out. But it's also got some special net here. Now I know that both Grace and Vida, you've got nets for your caterpillars to live in, haven't you? And the net helps them to breathe. It means that they have lots of air to get in, and it probably helps the creatures inside not get too hot. Just imagine if you were in a big plastic box all the time. Oh, it would be boiling. So this helps the air get in and keep the creatures cool. Now, if you can just see where my finger is down here, I hope the camera can pick it up. That is a ladybird larvae that's living in there. There is one crawling on the side of the window just there, and there's another one down here. And what I'm going to do, because I know it's not so easy to see with the camera, just like with the tadpoles really, I'm actually going to get a couple of these creatures out and take some proper still photographs of them for you so that you can see them a bit more close up. Okay, but they've been living in there I'm not sure how many there are because I did find one ladybird larvae in the woods. Only one. The whole of Gedling Woods. Oh, I looked through so many trees and leaves and shrubs. Up, down, you name it. I looked everywhere and I could not find those ladybird larvae anywhere. But I found about 4 or 5 in my garden and I put those in here. And I've added the other 1 to it. So if I've got 5 and 1 more, come on you mathematicians, how many have I got altogether? 6. But I think I might have a few more in there actually, so I haven't counted them yet. They're in there with some sycamore leaves, which is what they like, and they're also in there with some other creatures called aphids. Now we'll have a look at those another day, because it's not very nice really to think about creatures eating other creatures, but that's nature. Not all creatures are vegetarians, and ladybirds certainly aren't. In fact, there's something, before we look at some more photos of them, there's something I'm going to tell you that's not very nice. When these ladybirds hatch out of these eggs, do you know, the first one that hatches out, the first thing it feels when it comes out of that egg is, oh, I'm hungry. I'm so hungry. I could eat my sister. I'm so hungry, I could eat my brother. And that's just what they do. They come out feeling starving, that they see the rest of the eggs next to their eggshell that they've come out of, and they think, yum, 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 and they start to eat up the rest of the eggs. So it really is survival of the fittest, which is a phrase that you will hear as you get older, especially in nature, and it means that some animals have got to fight much harder to survive. And if those eggs want to survive, those little ladybirds in there better hurry up and hatch out before this one gobbles them all up. What a horrid thing to do. Ooh. But that's nature, and that's what happens sometimes. Anyway, I'm going to take some photographs for you now so that you can see those ladybird larvae really close up, and I'll be back very soon to just show you how we can maybe do a drawing of them. Okie dokie. See you soon then. Alright, bye bye. Welcome back everybody. Did you like looking at those photographs of those real close-ups of those ladybird larvae? Interesting creatures, aren't they? Those little spiky bits on them, and how they're all like split up into different parts, and those creepy legs. Oh, they don't look anything like ladybirds. Do you know, even Mr Bowen came to see what I was doing, and he had a look at those photographs and he said, what are those creatures? Even he didn't know that they were baby ladybirds, because he said they don't look a thing like ladybirds, do they? Anyway, I've had a bit of time to be able to draw my ladybird larvae. Now, I know you're not going to be able to draw like me, and that's because I'm a grown-up, and that's also because I did some drawing when I went to university, and I've been doing it a very long time. But if I help you, and if I kind of teach you, then you should be able to have a go at it, because the way that I've drawn my ladybird larvae is by doing a little bit at a time. So I've like started off with the head shape, and then I've added another bit, and then I've added another bit, and then another bit, and then I've let those bits get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, and then I've just started to colour it in. Okay, leaving those little bits round the outside. So actually it's not that difficult. quite often when you do drawing like this, it's doing it a little bit at a time and not feeling so scared by the whole thing, thinking, oh, I can't draw like Mrs Bowen. I don't expect you to be able to draw like me, but you can have a go, can't you? And do the whole head black, and then stick some legs on like I did. Put some legs on, some more legs on, some more legs on. Now I've tried to draw this one a little bit more detailed so that you can really see the different parts, and I'm just going to put a tiny bit of colour on now just to finish it off. It's a bit orangey. I don't actually think this is the right orange. Let's get this one instead. It's a bit better. Put some orange on it because it's not all black, is it? There we go. A little bit of orangey red up there. And then I'm just going to give it some colour on the legs, because it didn't have black legs or white legs either. The ladybird larvae I looked at had brown legs. There we go. And there's my ladybird larvae. But what I would really like you to do today, once you've had a go at drawing your ladybird larvae and colouring it in, those black and orange colours, I would really like you to try and label the different parts. Now, not all of it, it's not going to be that hard, but I'm going to do a little arrow here. What part of the ladybird larvae is that? What's this bit here? Yep, it's your head. It's your head. But, oh, I'm going to be big and mean now. I'm not going to do the phonics sounds with you. I'm not, because I think you've been doing so much phonics with Miss Holly that by now you should be thinking to yourself, I know how to write head. 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 So do that special thing that we do, yeah, which is called segmenting. Get the whole word in your head and then pull it out bit by bit. Head. Head. H-ed, H-ed, and then write it down. Easy peasy. Now, so I want you to do the head. I want you to do these bits here. You don't have to do all of them, because there are 3 this side and 3 this side. 2 lots of 3 make 6. But you don't have to write this word 6 times, you just have to write it once. But these are the legs. So here we go again. Get the whole word in your head. Legs, legs, legs. Pull out the sounds. L, e, g, s. Legs. Now you might hear a z sound at the end, but it is actually a s. So I'll give you that one as a little clue. L, eggs, s. L, eggs, l, eggs. See if you can come up with the right sounds to make that word. And the last one I'm going to give you is a bit harder. It's a bit harder, but have a go. These bits here are called plates, just like the plates that you eat your dinner off. They're called plates. I'm going to put an arrow just there. And they are called plates, and they are the bits of the body that change when it becomes a grown-up butterfly. It's not a butterfly, is it? It's a ladybird. When it becomes a grown-up ladybird. Plates. So again, get the whole word in your head. Plates. Plates. What does it begin with? What can you hear? Plates. 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 See if you can come up with the right sounds for that word. Plates. Have a go. I think that might be enough, actually, unless we have one more, which would be the whole thing, really. So we could put an arrow just here And don't forget, on your drawing you won't have that there, so you'll have all this lovely space to write. Body. What about body? So we've got head, legs, plates and body. Body. So get the whole word in your head, say it. Body. Body. B O D Y. Body. Body. And you write down what you think it looks like with those phonic letter sounds. I know you can do it because you're super, super clever. I know you are. And your mums and dads are super, super clever as well. And they've been doing a fabulous job of helping you learn those letters and your sounds and your words and everything. All right? Well, I think that's enough, everybody, for today. I'm going to say bye-bye and let you crack on with your drawing and your labelling. I'd love to see some of them. So please get your mums and dads to send me those pictures, and Mrs Hopper can get putting them on the website, and Miss Holly as well can do it for Fig and Willow, okay? So please do that, and I'll leave you with the last little bit of video of one of those creatures that was in my special basket, you know, my special house with the net and everything, and I'll leave you with that one so that you can see just what it does when it moves and crawls. See if you can spot one of those little green aphids.